if indeed all this stands, once they pick Kyler Murray up off of the grass, what a way to end this ball game. Rasul Douglas, it's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. That is an incredible finish to this contest, and it's going to stand. The Green Bay Packers are going to win 24-21, 12 seconds remaining. The Arizona Cardinals, Kyler Murray gets picked off in the end zone by Rasul Douglas. Aaron Rodgers and the offense come in now to take the knee, and they absolutely walked away with a stolen game in the desert. Now look, everybody in Mudville is joyous. The Packers, they're joyous. Fans, they're joyous. But that guy right there, Matt LaFleur, and Aaron Rodgers have explaining to do, because this defense played their asses off tonight, and those two clowns, yes, clowns, almost pissed it away by poor play calling, just dumbassery inside the goal line. Unbelievable. A terrific win. To win. And officiating aside, we know the NFL just sucks when it comes to officiating and trying to get it right. We understand that. But when you have first and goal, you go into shotgun and you throw the ball 3 straight times. I have no idea. What the hell are you doing? And then you're 4th and inches and you're in shotgun again. You're throwing that damn ball. Mike says, wait until the game ends. Why, Mike? Doesn't change the facts. The only thing that changes is the outcome of the game. The dumbassery that took place in this contest doesn't change. Man, what a great game. That is an unbelievable performance by the defense to come up big. In the most amazing moments. It wasn't a great game by the defense, but the defense, they played their hearts out. All you can say, they played their hearts out. 877-867-1670. 877-867-1670. Unbelievable. Packers go to 7-1. Cardinals now sitting at 7-1. An absolutely unbelievable game. Unbelievable. Aaron Rodgers, 22 of 37, 184 yards. A couple of touchdowns, throws 2 picks tonight. We said today, Ben, on the program, it was going to take a couple of turnovers and the defense to play about as good as they can possibly play for this team to get a win. Everything we said, game plan-wise, came to fruition. Why they changed it inside the goal, I have no idea.
Some damn good punting in the first half, too.
Some good punting in the first half. We talked about that. You're going to need a good day out of Bojorquez, because he's going to have to flip the field a couple of times. But we said a couple of turnovers. By the way, Bojorquez today, 51.3 yards per punt average. Their punting was fantastic, 55.3 as a matter of fact.
More.
Had every. And then you got a feel for Kylan Hill, who left with a severe knee injury. And then Tanyan, who ended up having a knee injury. Kingsley Keke has a concussion in this game, so he went into the protocol. But let me say this, because I don't want people to take this the wrong way. This is an incredible win. This is a terrific win. Right? This is an unbelievable win. But the unbelievable bad and poor and crappy play calling and the clock management came this close to pissing the game away. And when I say that, whether it was a loss or making it as close as it was, it never needed to be that way. Never needed to be that way. (877-867-1670). Man, what a game. Big time game today. This is the way the game ended with Joe Buck. Take a listen.
High snap again. End zone and picked off. intercepted by Rasul Douglas. And the Packers are going to win it.
Packers are going to win this game, and they went on to win it 24-21 in the desert, a hard-fought game, and nothing takes away from the fact that they got a win. Takes away from the fact that the defense played their hearts out. It wasn't perfect. They brought pressure. They did what they needed to do. Again, they're going to give up some plays. They're not a perfect defense. We know that. They're not a top 2, top 3, top 4 defense, okay? They're not. They give up an average of about 20 points per game. Tonight, they gave up 21. They gave up what their average is. We said for the Packers to win, Packers were going to need to get to at least 24, 27 points to win this thing. And then they were going to need some turnovers to help them along the way. And that's exactly what they did. So I give credit to the defense. The offense, look, the play calling, when they kept praising Matt LaFleur, for the most part, I would agree. Between him and Aaron Rodgers, they did what they needed to do. It was a solid game. But when you needed it most, when you were deep in their territory, 1st and goal, 2nd and goal, 3rd and goal, then 4th and goal, and you're throwing the ball when running the ball got you there, when A.J. Dillon got you there, when Aaron Jones got you there. And then not only do you throw the ball, you go to shotgun. I cannot stand that play calling. And I want either Matt LaFleur or Aaron Rodgers to explain who made the play calls and not even mentioning the unbelievably poor clock management. And you can blame some of it on the rookies and alignment. Okay, I get that. But when you're trying to get guys lined up and you're coming out of the huddle with 9 seconds, that's not on the rookies. That's on either Matt LaFleur for not getting the play in on time or Aaron Rodgers doing too much when he's starting to line guys up. One of the two. But it happened over and over and over and over and over tonight. 877-867-1670. Let's go to Austin. Austin, welcome to the program, the Green and Gold Postgame Show.
Hey, Bill, how's it going?
I'm doing great.
Man, holy cow! The nerves are. I'm still shaking a little bit here. I think I might need a little nightcap to calm me down here. But anyways, I think you hit on a lot of the good things. But I will say I think the clock management issue they're referring to is that was the game plan, I think, going in, right? Is control the run and control the clock. I mean, you see, you take a look at the clock differential. It's incredible how much the Packers control the clock compared to the Cardinals.
Oh, the time of possession it ended up 37-35 to 22-25. The Packers dominated in a lot of categories.
Crazy. That's crazy. And that's why I'm thinking is Rodgers probably getting out of the huddle. It's all right, we're just going to let's wind this clock down. And I just don't think that he really fully understood the personnel that, I mean, again, you're dealing with your top 3 wide receivers out. You have Tunyon who goes down. There's a lot of things going on. But I will say this again, hats up, Jerry Gray. I mean, that guy with the play calling in the first half and just the defense, I feel like they knew they had their back against the wall the whole game. Everyone counted them out.
Right.
Everyone knew. That's just what it was, and it was just big time plays. Coming up big. I mean, and really, I think too is you talk about turnovers, being able to capitalize on those turnovers. I mean, it would have been nice after that muff pump to get a touchdown on it, but. Coming out of the second half on that pick from Murray, we were able to cash in on that too. Mm-hmm. So, I think, I agree. I think the play calling was a little rough, and I know you touched a little bit on this too. But regarding the overcall and the change in touchdown call on Jones, I mean, I don't know. I didn't think there was a lot there to overturn that. That should have been a touchdown. No,
that should have been a touchdown. And even the guys on Fox, yeah. Mike Pereira, everybody said they would love to see what changed their minds because there was no video evidence that he did not get into the end zone. And the call on the field should have stood. I completely agree with that.
Yeah. And I think the big thing here going forward is what is the potential of this team? You take a look at just how battered they were coming into this game. On a short week, going into Arizona and playing the way they did, what's the potential with this team? I think sky's the limit right now. And
I think the sky's the limit. I think this was a win. I hate to say this, but this was a win in spite of themselves. because offensively, twice in this game, they tried to piss it away. They did everything they could to piss it away, and they don't. What makes me mad is, you know what? What makes me mad, Austin, is from the first half when they went for it 4 straight times. In the inside, when you first and goal, second and goal, third and goal, and they settled for a field goal. And then later in the game, they did the same dumb thing. When you don't learn from your mistakes, that's on coaching. So whether it's Rodgers changing the play at the line of scrimmage and getting in the shotgun, which I think is stupid, or Matt LaFleur doing it over and over again, one of those two guys have to answer at the podium. I hope somebody has the balls to say, hey, coach, what is up with your crappy play calling and your clock management tonight? Because inside the goal line, not once but twice, you couldn't punch the ball in the end zone, and you got Rodgers in shotgun, and you ran it the whole way down there. Can you please explain that to us? And he's going to go, oh, God, I shut up. You know what you did. You know you called a play. Aaron Rodgers changed it at the line of scrimmage because that's what Aaron's done now for 17 years. It was the Mike McCarthy garbage offense inside the goal. I'm pissed off now. Thanks for the phone call. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
No problem, Bill. Love you.
You the man. That's what it was. Just call it what it is. Have the balls to say it, for God's sakes. It's crap. It's absolute crap. Look, they won a game. I'm not mad about that. Not mad about that. Lynn says I'm a downer. That's fine, Lynn. Not a downer. It's a tremendous win. This team is in the hunt for a Super Bowl. They're in the hunt now for home field advantage. They've now got a tiebreaker over Arizona. There's so much good that came from this game. But when you look at this team and you say you had a chance to really put a stamp on this thing, to really do some things right, and you make the same mistake over and over, year after year, at what point do you say, I got to stop it? It's like you want to grab them and shake them. You keep doing things really well between the 20s, and then you get inside the red zone, and you piss down your leg. It's like you just forgot how to play football. Or as many people want to complain over and over and over and over and over again, Aaron Rodgers is all about the stats. He wants the passing numbers. He wants the touchdowns. He wants to boost up that quarterback rating. Is that what it is? I've always offended him. After tonight, I can't do it anymore. I can't do that. You got a defense playing their balls off out there, and that's what you give us inside the 10-yard line? That's crap. Good stuff, though. You take the win, you move on. You take the win. A lot of people chiming in. Awesome game. Packers defense surprised me big time. Tyler says, hey, just enjoy it. We won. Jerry says, ring it up. Chris agrees, says, damn straight. Keep it going. Eric says, how the heck was Jones' TD overturned? No replay showed where the ball actually was. It was a great win in the view. Take the win. How we looking? Same thing with Christopher, Drew, Joe listening to us in Arizona, everybody over on the Bud Light live stream right now. It's the Green and Gold postgame show presented by Bud Light. I'm going to get to all the phone calls. I'm losing my voice and I'm pissed off tonight, but I'm completely jubilant that the Packers got a win because this is huge. It's huge in the positive side. It's huge in the win column. It's huge. It's a huge boost for a team that wasn't expected to win. All the chips were stacked against them tonight and they pulled it out. But in honesty, they did do some things stupid. Clock management and play calling, first and goal, second and goal, third and goal, fourth and goal. Just dumb. Just dumb. More of the Green and Gold postgame show. Packers get a huge win. Everybody on the line, and this is the most people we've ever had on the stream. Stay right where you're at. We'll get to all of you. Stay tuned. We got more right after this.
This is the Green and Gold postgame show on the Wisconsin Sports Zone Radio Network.
Bill Michaels will resume in 3 minutes. Bill Michaels will resume in 2 minutes. Bill Michaels will resume in 1 minute. Bill Michaels will resume in 30 seconds.
High snap again. End zone and picked off. Intercepted by Rasul Douglas. And the Packers are going to win it.
Unbelievable the way this thing ended. Unbelievable. Welcome back to the program. Packers get a win. Huge night in the desert. No doubting that, okay? I went off on Twitter. I've gone off on this program. Huge win. I am not taking anything away from this win. It's true. Packers fans rejoice. This was a game you were not supposed to win. This was a game where 33% of the teams that actually go on the road on Thursday night, they win. That's it, which means 63 or 67% of these teams that home, they win this game. So just scheduling wise, they were not supposed to win this game. They were not supposed to win this game. And then you look at the way the defense played their hearts out tonight. And like I said, defense. They're a good defense. They're not a great defense, but they played their asses off. I give every one of those guys credit. Every one of them credit. Every single one of them. And the offense, Matt LaFleur and Aaron Rodgers, they called a terrific game. And you got he screwed up. And I just hope that they come to the podium. I mean, there's going to be a lot of winning and a lot of smiles and a lot of happy media members. But nobody's going to ask the hard question and say, hey, coach, what was up with the play calling? You grind it out. This is a defense that gives up rushing yards and touchdowns. And all of a sudden you go into shotgun, you start passing the football. First and goal, second and goal, third and goal. You're passing the ball. And then on third and goal, when you need it the most, you're in shotgun. You don't even attempt to run the football. You don't even show like you're going to run the football. What is up with that? And then you fourth and inches. And as Barry over on the Bud Light live stream just said, my grandmother could have leaned forward and stuck her head in there for a touchdown. Tom Brady's made a living at it. And you're throwing the ball? Who is calling the play? Just tell us. Because we've seen this is beyond the Matt LaFleur years. This is Mike McCarthy-esque. And if it was Mike McCarthy that was calling it, he was the guy that was getting crucified. So if it's not Mike McCarthy and it's not Matt LaFleur, guess who? It's great to have that kind of talent. That's awesome. But you put your team in a really bad position. Not once, but twice. Man, oh man, oh man. What a terrific game. Terrific game. 877-867-1670, 877-867-1670 if you want to hit us up. Let's get back to the phone calls. Let's go to Joe listening to us on line one. Joe, how you doing, man? What's going on?
Hey, Bill. Thanks for having me on, man. I appreciate it.
You bet.
Wow.
Right?
Man. Wow. I with every, I even tweeted you, Bill. They blew it. All they needed was 7 down there, and it was over. It was a wrap. Even Joe Buck said when he thought Aaron Jones got in, there's the dagger. It's over. Everybody thought it. And what's crazy is on my Twitter feed, I have people tweeting back like, oh, you were wrong. And I look at their Twitter feed, and they said the same thing I said. I'm like, dude, own it, man. We were all wrong. Every single Packer fan thought, you're done. You blew it. You choked. You failed. You had every opportunity to put this thing away, and you didn't do it. Bill, I'm watching the game. I'm so down. And, like, I feel, man, what a bad loss. Green Bay had this thing. When Rasul picked that off, my first thought was, wait, did he pick it off? Did he get both feet in? Wait. And when he did, I'm blown away. I'm shocked. First off, Rasul Douglas, do we know where he came from? I mean, I know where he came from, but I'm saying I'm saying we probably know where he came from, but a lot of fans have no clue where the guy came from, right?
Right.
And he has stepped in and made big plays since he's been here. And that is not easy to do when you are down Jair. Bill, if before the season, anybody said to us, you are going to go play Arizona on Thursday night. Arizona is going to be 7-0. They are the new kid on the block, new cool kid in school. And I even tweeted that, like, Arizona's the new kid in school. Everybody loves them. They want to be like them. All good. But you know what? It's still Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay school. Okay?
Right.
That's cool. You're the cool kid. But, Bill, I got to say, man, what I watched tonight was a disjointed offense the negatives are going to be there. Because the red zone play calling, no more. I don't know if it's Coach LaFleur. I got no idea. But what I know is everybody, reporters, everybody, media members that are in Twitter land and everything, they need to take the task, Coach LaFleur, and say, who the hell is calling those plays down there?
Right.
You can, on the 3-yard line, whatever they were on, the 3 or the 4, you cannot not run 28 at least twice. You can't. The dude just falls forward and gains 3 yards automatically. But I'm going to go to positives. Bill, before the season, if we would have said they're going to go on the road to a flying high offense, Arizona, everybody loves them. Green Bay has no chance. Oh, and by the way, Green Bay is going to be without Bach, Jair, Kevin King, and yes, I'm putting Kevin King in there.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be without Myers on the offensive line, right? They're going to be without MVS. Right. They're going to be without Devontae. They're going to be without Lazard. All of us would have said, "Oh my gosh,
mm-hmm.
It's going to be a massacre." None of us. There is not one. And if you're a Packer fan and you say, "No, I would have been optimistic," you're lying. You're lying your butt off. Now, I was optimistic, Bill. I tweeted on Monday a couple times, like, they can get this win. This is the type, they're playing with house money. They can get this damn win. They really can. And when the game was unfolding, I really felt like this is their game. Just put the dagger in them. Shut them down. Just get it over with. So when I was driving, I'm a little worried. Everybody's a little worried. We all tweeted it. Everybody tweeted in Packer land that this is it. It's over.
Right.
Green Bay blew it. Bill, I just cannot. That defense.
Well, think of this. I got to cut you loose because we're at the top of the hour. Think of this, though. In the 4 runs, and I appreciate the phone call, going back to the Packers, 1st and goal from the 3. In the 4 runs prior that the Packers ran. Now, they mixed it up, but then the 4 runs prior was 4 carries for 16 yards for A.J. Dillon in 4 touches. First and goal from the 3, Aaron Rodgers throws a pass. Mercedes Lewis. First and goal, second and goal from the 3. He then throws a pass to Juwan Winfrey. Third and goal from 3, out of shotgun, he forces one to Randall Cobb. They kick a field goal. Prior to that, they've been running the ball for 16 yards to A.J. Dillon. Why did you get Quadzilla? How do you have that ground and pound guy if you can't run him 3 straight times into that line on first and goal from the 3? Good stuff. Big win. Big win for the Packers. We got another hour yet to go. Don't go anywhere. Stay. We're going to hear from Mike Clemens and Inside the Locker Room coming up here shortly. Stay tuned. We've got more right after this.
Rural Mutual Insurance, keeping Wisconsin strong.
We're grateful for all ways technology can connect us. Unfortunately, there are online scammers who want to take advantage. Malicious viruses, phishing scams, theft are more prevalent than ever. That's why Rural Mutual includes cybersecurity protection as an option on every policy.
Rural Mutual Insurance, keeping Wisconsin strong.
Need to get away this winter? Then it's time to plan one at Pine Mountain Resort, the Upper Peninsula's premier ski resort. Pine Mountain Resort is the #1 rated ski resort in Michigan and Wisconsin. Stay in one of the fitted rooms at the lodge and take on the mountain, or just sit by the fire in the bar. The Pine Mountain Ski Jump is the tallest man-made ski jump in North America. Take advantage of their ski and stay packages from 1 to 4 nights or to long pass, available now. Book online today at PineMountainResort.com. That's PineMountainResort.com.
5 years, no interest, Wayne Larrabee.
5 months, no first payment, Leroy Butler.
5 years, no interest.
5 months, no first payment.
Both.
Gina Della from Pella?
Now, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin offers you up to 5 years, no interest, 5 months, no first payment, plus up to 5% same-day order savings.
You mean?
Yep. 5's been extended through October 31st. So you buy now and be all nice and cozy when those chilly winds blow. Plus, get up to 5% same-day order savings at your initial consultation.
You know, Roy, I had Pella Lifestyle Series windows installed at the Larrabee house, and we just love them. No more drafts.
Pella windows are backed by some of the best warranties in the business.
Come on, guys. What do you say?
5 years, no interest, Leroy.
5 months, no first payment, Wayne.
Even up to 5% same-day order savings at your initial consultation. But only through October 31st. Set your free consultation now
at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. See showroom for details.
Blue 58, go! Green 18. Green 19, touch!
This is the Green and Gold postgame show on the Wisconsin Sports Zone Radio Network.
Packers get a big win in the desert, 24-21, and they do what many thought was going to be impossible. So enjoy the win. Enjoy it. It doesn't, for everything that you can point to about this game with clock management and play calling that was wrong, the defense played their asses off. They deserve this. The defense deserved this. When you look at the overall play calling between the 20s, it was really solid. They didn't have much to work with, and it was really solid. Losing Tunyon was tough. Losing Kellen Hill, tough, because his knee injury was pretty severe. It was ugly. You know, having Kingsley Keke go down to a concussion, but yet you've got Devondre Campbell playing his ass, Kenny Clark playing his ass off. You got Preston Smith coming back from injury, putting all kinds of pressure on Kyler Murray. The positives are there. You can grab onto all of them, all of those things. We go both sides here. We don't just sit here and praise and drink green and gold and look through glasses and say everything's right with the world. Con. This team did not learn from its mistakes in the first half, and it almost cost them a ball game. And we've seen this thing time and time and time again. What I'm saying is you don't want to continually see this because ultimately it'll cost you. And you hope it doesn't cost you in a big moment in an NFC championship game or in a Super Bowl. That's all we're saying. That's all I'm saying. So, Jim, if you don't like it, find someplace else to go. If you don't like the fact that you're getting facts on both sides of the game, I've been saying this since the time I went on the air, Jim. And if you missed it, then that's your fault. 877-867-1670, 877-867-1670. Had they not won this game, everything I'm saying would be forefront. It'd be huge because that's what we've been talking about. They won the game. The defense and Rasul Douglas, tremendous. And everything I'm saying is the truth. Everything, and the officiating, I know. Many people complaining about that. There was holding that was obvious on Kenny Clark, specifically on that last drive. He almost got drugged to the ground. The officiating missed quite a bit. And we know you can't rely on the officials. If you're in a position where you're going to lose a game because of the officiating, unless it's just horrendous throughout the game and clearly not in your favor, I don't know what to tell you. You just got to make some plays. And had they made a few more plays, it probably wouldn't have mattered as much. But that call, and I agree with everybody that's calling and writing in, that call on the goal line when they called the touchdown for Aaron Jones, I have no idea what they're looking at. And I hope the NFL explains it, because there was nothing in the broadcast that showed that Aaron Jones did not break the plane. You couldn't see the ball. So I don't know what they were looking at. And if you can't physically see the ball, that's what Mike Perry don't see the ball, then the call stands. It says the poor red zone play calling mixed with the horrible clock management tonight, team like Tampa, that's just a fact. That's true. That's true. And look, we said today, you're going to have to run a lot of play action, a lot of misdirections. We saw the screens tonight. You saw bunch formations, one guy getting the ball, the other two blocking downfield. Aaron Jones split wide. Everything we talked about today, everything that we said, this is going to be the game plan, was exactly the game plan. And it's not that we were genius. It's just because it was obvious. That's what they needed to do. Everybody knew it. And they executed it really well tonight. Really well tonight. So you give credit to the Packers. But there's some flaws here that I'm telling you, a win overshadows a lot. And I said this the year that they only had one loss and they lost to Kansas City. When I watched that game, and I watched it over and over again, when I watched that game and I watched the All-22 that Tuesday, I said, this is the blueprint on how to beat this team. Exactly what the Giants did coming into Lambeau Field. I was feeling really good about it. I drank the Kool-Aid like everybody else. But when you see things, you can't ignore it. But this game tonight, this was a fun game. This was a good game. This was a really good win. Had they won or lost this game, I'd have given the Packers, and specifically the defense, all the credit in the world. Because they played their asses off. They played their asses off. They played like there is no tomorrow. That you can't take away from them. Some of the technical stuff you can. 877-867-1670, 877-867-1670. If you want to hit us up. My voice is going bad. It's just a lot of stuff going tonight. A lot of stuff going on tonight. Charlie, listening to us in Denver. Charlie, how you doing, man? What's going on, buddy?
Good. How you doing, Bill?
I'm doing well. What's on your mind?
First of all, everything that you said, spot on. Exactly what I was saying. You're completely real. You say what's wrong. That's the other. Regardless, as the previous said, A.J. Dillon, 1 yard line, A.J. Dillon, 3 yard line, 4 touchdown. I don't know what they're doing there. Defense played awesome in the first half. Second half, they let a couple go, but they got it done in the end. That was awesome. Final item, hats off to our GM, Gutekunst. Very not happy with how he handled the Rodgers, but he made some pickups this offseason. Devondre Campbell, the cornerback, just amazing. Everybody stepping up. Offensive line, like no matter who goes down, we have someone to back him up. It's been awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's about all I wanted to say. Great game. We got the win.
Yep.
Didn't think we'd get it, but we got it.
Nope. I completely agree. 877-867-1670, 877-867-1670. If you want to give us a shot, Go ahead. Go and do it. Would love to hear from you. And a lot of people over on the Bud Light live stream. Getting pressure with the four-man front to start the game was huge. And Russ, 100% agree. How big was it that they only rushed for consistently on that drive? On that first drive. And they were getting home. Preston was getting pressure. Kenny Clark was getting pressure. You saw oh God, all of a sudden, my mind leaves me. You saw Kingsley Keke got pressure. Dean Lowry was getting pressure. The four-man front was really solid. You saw it come from different areas tonight. And when they didn't rush 4 and they rushed 5, Devondre Campbell a couple times tonight came on a delayed blitz. He was great over the middle. Just kind of for a while. I mean, he was actually spying Kyle Murray early on test tonight, which was a really solid performance on his part. It was just a really good performance in many different facets. Again, this is not a great defense. This is not some kind of big bone-crushing style defense. But they played their asses off tonight. You give them a lot of credit for it. 877-867-1670. This was from Scotty. So where in the heck was Dylan on the final goal line series? You're preaching to the choir. Preaching to the choir. Drew says, I recall during Sunday's broadcast, we had some kind of crazy cadence in calling plays in. Like Hackett calls the plays until we were within 20 yards of a TD. Then Matt takes over and red zone calls. And the whole idea sounds like a mess. Could that be the reason why we've seen them run down the field, then pass? Can clearly see the change in play calling. Drew, I don't know, but Matt LaFleur's got to answer. I'm praying that someone in the Packers media asked that question. What is up with the poor play calling? When you get into goal line situations, why are you, 1, not under center, and 2, why are you not sticking with what gets you there? Why are you throwing the football? I don't get it. Don't get it at all. Completely, I'm right there with you. But other than that, getting down there between the 20s, so to speak, it was masterful. It was a really, really good game. Nathan says, can we at least have the threat of a quarterback sneak from the 6-inch yard line? Again, look, people say, well, I don't want to get the quarterback hurt. You don't want to do that. Well, Heineke did it, and Tom Brady does it. So you've got both ends of the spectrum. Not a great quarterback, and then one of the greatest of all time. I don't get it. I don't know why they don't do it, especially when you're talking about the 6-inch line. This is just, you can fart the ball over the goal line. And they just don't do it. Not only do they not do it, they go to shotgun. That's what's maddening. This is from Auntie J, who says, give big props to Kenny Clark tonight. Just focused on him. Did a hell of a job. Even saw Slayton getting in there and getting some reps. The other guy, like I said, was, and I agree with you, but the other guy that did really, really well tonight and has played extremely well so far this season, statistically speaking as well, is Dean Lowry. He started out a little bit slow, but has really come on here the last few weeks and played some really solid football. Again, not great. They're not great, but this defense is going to do enough for an offense that averages 24 point, whatever the hell it is, 0.9 yards or 9 points per game. They're doing enough. They're giving up just over 20 points per game. It's not great, but you're going to win games because you've got a good offense. And now you've got 10 days to get yourself back, get yourself healthy. You would assume Devontae's going to be back. You would assume Lazard's going to be back. You should start to give your full complement. You're probably going to get Bakhtiari back. You're going to start getting those guys back again. It's a shame Tunyon went down. I hope he's going to be okay, because that knee injury looked bad when it kind of went out from underneath him. But the good sign was he walked off the field. Now, Kylan Hill, yeah, that's not good. My assumption is his season's done. He got that thing hyperextended back, and my thinking is ACL. That's the first thing I thought of. This is from Gino, says, got to give a shout out to Brian Gutekunst for finding the players to win this game. Finding Devondre Campbell, finding Merciless, finding guys like Jalen Smith. They're not great, but they're coming on. Rasul Douglas with the big pick. bringing these guys in to fortify a team that's going down with injury left and right, and being able to fortify this team enough to play well and enough to come up with some big plays and get the win, and then do it in a short period of time and have everybody gel together. You're right. It's phenomenal. It is. Brett says, I did like what DeGuara did. And DeGuara, I talked about that. We thought tonight might be that DeGuara coming out party. Because Josiah DeGuara, if you've ever watched his highlight reel, get the guy anything near him and he's going to catch it. He's that kind of guy. Tonight he was targeted 2 times, 2 catches, 20 yards. He had a big 12-yard gain for a first down, kept the sticks moving, and then another 8-yard gain, kept the sticks moving. I thought Randall Cobb would be targeted more tonight. He just wasn't open. He just wasn't open. 3 catches, 15 yards. Had a couple of touchdowns. Big time. Came up big there. No doubt about it. Figured his way into the end zone. Play started to break down. You saw some things designed in the back of the end zone specifically for him, and it all worked out. Aaron Jones, the most targets, and lined up 17 times as a wideout. 11 targets, 7 catches, 51 yards. He also had today in the run game, 15 carries, 59 yards. So 110 yards overall today. Solid day. And then you go with A.J. Dillon, carries 78 yards, averaged almost 5 yards a carry. And I don't know why they don't go to him deep in Arizona Cardinal territory. I still don't. Kyle says getting the plays in on time continues to be an issue. The timeouts, and they're precious in the second half of a ball game, and they don't cherish them. The Safety Doc podcast says, is Jordan Love trade now on the table? Will Green Bay have anybody calling tomorrow? What do you think? Jordan Love to be traded? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think they're going to trade Jordan Love away. I think that at the end of the season, you'll see decisions be made between the team and Aaron Rodgers. Rick says Dillon should be the focal point of the run game. Look, Aaron Jones won A.J. Dillon. He's a good 2-1 or 1A and 1B, but he's not the same blocker and blitz pickup and understander of the offense that Aaron Jones is. Aaron Jones has a football IQ, a really good football IQ. It's not to say A.J. Dillon doesn't. It's just he's not as astute when it comes to overall the usage overall out of the backfield. A.J. Dillon's a beast. He's a beast. There's no doubt about it. But I don't think that he's the point of the offense because he's not as versatile. But on that fourth down play, in a heartbeat, bring him in there. 877-867-1671. Hit us up. Do this. We got Rodgers and LaFleur are going to be heading to the podium. We're going to hear from them. And I hope somebody. So, look, great win. Praise them. Hey, guys, huge to get a win here in the desert, to go to 7-1, rejoice. But let's talk about some of the flaws. Let's talk about the play calling inside the red zone. Let's talk about the clock management. 2 huge issues that seem to be over and over and over and over again. And you know the definition of crazy, right? Give us a shout. 877-867-1670. 877-867-1670. Want to hit us up? Go ahead and do it. Stay tuned. More of the Green and Gold postgame show coming up right after this.
This is the Green and Gold postgame show on the Wisconsin Sports Zone Radio Network.
Bill Michaels will resume in 3 minutes. Bill Michaels will resume in 2 minutes. Bill Michaels will resume in 1 minute. Bill Michaels will resume in 30 seconds.
This is why I love this squad. The guy that made the pick was with him for 4 weeks. He was on the street. We brought him in. He's starting for us. He's a great dude, and he's really messed well with our team. And to come up with a play like that with 15 seconds left is incredible.
Yeah, right.
Aaron Rodgers talking to Aaron Andrews after the contest. Packers pull one off. Never thought they'd win in the desert. I said I gave him a 30% chance of winning, even less just because of the injuries, and the chips were stacked against them. So the fact that just traveling and just being on the road on a Thursday night is so unformidable. It's amazing they were as close as they were, and then to ultimately win the game. Just spectacular. Absolutely spectacular. So give the Packers a lot of credit. 24-21, they knock off the Arizona Cardinals. Packers go to 7-1. Cardinals now the same. Packers hold the tiebreaker. You're going to have a lot of teams tied near that top spot. Packers obviously don't have the tiebreaker when it comes to the they do have the tiebreaker when it comes to the top spot right now because they knocked off Arizona. And then, Arizona beat LA, and, it kind of trickles down from there. And so there's right now, if the playoffs were today, it'd be one jumbled mess right now. But nevertheless, the Green Bay Packers get a win in the desert. This is all going to sort itself out, trust me. But where everything is right now and the schedules and all that kind of stuff and figuring out who's exactly on top. I haven't taken a look at the percentage and who beat who and what's in the division and in the conference and all that kind of stuff yet. But I'm rejoicing in the 7 Packers. But it was buddy of mine, he said, this game and this win is for what we do in sports talk radio, specifically with the Green Bay Packers and coverage here, is like serving it up on a platter because the Packers won. Packers Nation rejoices. Everybody's happy. But also it comes with reality of there's a lot of blemishes here. There's some things that just were not right and self-inflicted. So great win. In spite of some of the problems they had, terrific win. 877-867-1670, 877-867-1670. Do you want to hear Aaron Rodgers? And Annie says, by the way, the defense should get the game ball that they won the game. Eric says they were called penalties replayed tonight. Smells a lot funny to me. Carl says still amazed that the late Green Bay Packers touchdown was turned around, all that kind of stuff. Look, I agree with all of that. Let's hear from Aaron Rodgers at the podium talking to the media. I hope somebody has the balls to ask the question. Here it is.
Jim, hey buddy, how you doing? Sorry, I don't get to see Jim a lot.
You got to come back to Delmar.
Just so much.
I know.
What was going through your mind when Rasul makes that interception?
I was thinking about plays, what we're going to do if we got the ball back with 10 seconds left. So proud of Rasul. What a great story. You know, how special is this game? Guys on the street, comes in, starts for us, finishes the game out for us. Amazing.
Aaron, how do you describe a game like this? I thought the Cincinnati was strange, the way that one ended. And this.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how we've been playing this year. We've not been super efficient at times, but come up with some big plays at the right moments. I love the, big drive there in the beginning of the fourth quarter, 91-yard drive to put us back up 2 scores. They come down, score. We get the ball back, put together another great drive, methodical, get stuffed. They get the third down. They hit another one. Now they're on our side of the field. But just a special ending at a place we've had a couple rough endings the last couple of times we're here.
What do you think of what your running game did for you tonight?
That was the key. That was definitely the key. That's what we want to do coming in. Felt like we could run the ball against them. I thought both guys ran the ball well. Maybe wish we would have given it to them one more time down there on the one, but I like the way those guys ran the ball. I thought we protected well. I thought we opened up some holes well. I mean, we had one kind of phantom sack, and that was it. A little bit of pressure early, but we're on the field for so many minutes. That was a big focus of the game, keeping Kyler and that offense off the field.
What happened on the one? Was that the play call to throw going in, or just something that you saw was after checking to throw?
On the fourth down, I mean, they had 7 guys in the box. So if you look at what happened, if I'd hand the ball off, he would have got stuffed by 3 guys. So, guy put his hand up at the right time, but had Cobby there probably for a touchdown.
What is it about this team? I mean, Jim mentioned the Cincinnati game, I mean, the San Francisco games. Do you have a feel for what you think you might have here yet?
I think we're a gritty football team. I think nobody probably expect us to win tonight. Definitely not to be, maybe to be in the game, but definitely not to win with the guys that we had out. I'm really proud of the guys. I felt like we had a lot of confidence and, a big drive to get us back to 7-7. I think kind of settled us there in the end of the first. And then we just, got a big turnover. I thought Matt was aggressive. We talked about, being a little more aggressive tonight. So I really liked the, 4th down call there instead of kicking a field goal. When I hit EQ, they set up a touchdown to Cobby. I love going for it on 4th and 1. I thought Matt, he's probably kicking himself about a couple of the calls, but I love the aggressiveness and I'm really, happy with the way the game was called and we executed, well in a lot of phases. We just got to clean some things up in the red zone and, put a team away like we had a chance to tonight.
What did you see on the 2 touchdowns to Cobb? What did you see on the 2 touchdowns to Cobb?
Yeah, the first one I just made a slight little adjustment based on kind of the opposite of what I had called in the huddle. And I got rocked, so I didn't see the catch, but I heard it was a pretty nice catch. The second one was a great call by Matt. We kind of set that play up earlier in the game, kind of fly motion and guy running to the flat with some blockers. And we just had the adjustment off of that. Cobby, I don't think he's ever caught that play as a touchdown. We hit that a couple other times. We hit it against Detroit in 16, I believe, was the last time we hit that play. But it's always kind of in the bag. And between the end of the third and the beginning of the fourth, Matty threw that one out there. And usually we're on a little bit tighter, but man, it kind of all lined up. We're on the 6-yard line. They kind of went for EQ in the flat, and Cobby just kind of deked him and held on and made a nice catch.
What were your impressions of Juwan and the other young receivers that had to step up and play tonight?
I think there's some nerves early on. I think I'm proud of
of a lot of the things that they did. There's a lot to clean up for sure. We had some drops. Jawan fumbled when, it looked like he had slipped that guy. Might be able to take that one for a big gain. But I thought overall they battled, did a good job blocking at times. We were missing 3 studs, but I'm proud of the way the guys stepped in and contributed.
What can you say about AJ? Go ahead.
Every time he gets a third down or the goal line close inside, it looked like they just jammed everybody up at the line. You have Devontae Adams, totally different situation, but so
yeah, for sure.
You guys ready for that? I mean, is that what you expected? Exactly.
That was what we expected for sure, and we had a couple of really good play calls on. The one that gets me is the 3rd down and 1 where we had to take the delay. I really believe that would have walked in. We had a hard play action and a boot, and based on the way they were playing, it would have been me on the edge, and the defender would have made a choice between me and DeGuara, who was going to be slamming and running to the corner. He lined up in the wrong spot. Nothing we could do.
As you said, you were missing 3 studs. What does it say about this football team that battled through adversity and being an undefeated football team?
I think I would say I love when the odds are stacked against us. I feel like we kind of just takes all the pressure off and we just relaxed and played really loose. Thought the energy was really good pre-game. Adversity has hit us many times in the 4th quarter, and we've responded really well. A few times on offense and a couple times on defense as well.
How do you develop that? Where did that come from?
Leadership, I think. I think the team takes on the attitude and the energy of the leaders of the football team. And I think, personally and with the guys that we got leading us, we know with adversity. And we've been in pressure situations before, and we know how to handle those situations the right way.
So there you go, Aaron Rodgers. Still talking to the media, and we'll get back to Matt LaFleur coming up here shortly. We're also here for Mike Clemens coming up here in just a few as well. Stay tuned. Still taking your calls, getting your reaction. A lot of people over on the Bud Light live stream. Thanks to everybody for listening, regardless of what you think. Look, a solid win, angering win. Whatever it happens to be, if you're a Packers fan in general, you're rejoicing tonight. The team is 7-1, sitting atop the world. They got 10 days to get themselves healthy. You hope to get at some point Bakhtiari to be coming back. Lazard is going to be coming back. Devontae is going to be coming back. You still have your running core intact. You hope that Tunyon's knee incident today is not debilitating to the point that he has to miss lengthy periods of time. Obviously, you've got Devondre Campbell roaming the middle. Now you're going to get 10 days for Dean Lowry and Kenny Clark to completely heal the ankles up. Hopefully, Kingsley Keke can come back in about a week with the concussion protocol after leaving tonight's contest. I mean, there's a lot of positives here. There's a lot of positives. Stokes, he gets picked on tonight. Hopefully, he's learned from it numerous times. There's a lot of things you can look at and say this team's trending in the right direction. You just can't make the own self-inflicted. The Green and Gold postgame show coming up right after this.
This is the Green and Gold postgame show on the Wisconsin Sports Zone Radio Network.
Bill Michaels will resume in 5 minutes. Bill Michaels will resume in 4 minutes.
Well, let's see here. Let's get into this while we're in the commercial break. Hey, buddy, Dwayne. No word on Tunyon yet. Hope to find out. Gino, I agree with you. Bakhtiari should be back. He should be playing in the next game against Kansas City, you would assume. He's got to get some practice, though. He's got to get some hitting. They didn't do any hitting this week, and he's going to have to get used to that. So they got to get some practices under their belt before he's going to come back. I agree. A.J. Green looked as if he was going to be a blocker downfield rather than, catching a pass. So I agree with you that he just didn't look right. What else do we have here? There's a lot of people chiming in. Man, everybody over on the live stream. This is great. Safety Doc says this is like audio strobe effect. First of all, it's we got high-speed internet, business internet here from Charter or Spectrum. Had it for a long time, so I don't know what the strobe effect is. Nobody else seems to be having a problem with it, so might be. The defensive game ball, you are correct. What else we got? I'm just going to go through random stuff here. Marty says, does Dylan get the goal line call if he hasn't fumbled? No, I would have went with Dylan. And when it comes to Aaron Rodgers, there's a lot of people that just don't feel he's going to be back. I don't know if you heard Andrew Brandt on with me yesterday. And Andrew doesn't think, for two reasons. One, he's sure that it takes two to tango. And the other aspect of that is the fact that, the Packers right now just simply can't. They're already $28 million over the cap going into next season. I got to enjoy that. I hope he's back. I'm just looking at reality versus hope right now. And the reality is you can't, the way it sits, you can't. So what are you going to do? The personnel, who says you can't build quality depth with a huge quarterback contract? You can. It's just, you got a lot of guys with one-year deals, and the team is going to look drastically different next year regardless. So we'll see what happens. But you know what? Right now, let's just enjoy today. You got a big win today. Just enjoy today.
Bill Michaels will resume in 1 minute.
John says, why do you think Dylan doesn't get the ball inside the 5? Well, it doesn't matter if you're going to be passing the ball all the time and doing it out of shotgun. Don says, will Devontae Adams go with him if he leaves? Now, again, I hope not. But again, talking to Andrew Brandt and others in the league, they said, look, if Rodgers isn't back, Adams is going to be gone. So we'll see.
Bill Michaels will resume in 30 seconds.
Great win, but how do people understand the team deserves criticism is beyond me. You Packers fans won a Super Bowl, not an NFL champ. Mistakes like tonight will end up costing you. I agree. Exactly. I completely agree. You can have a really exciting win, but still have a lot of blemishes. And that's what they had. Here we go, guys. Welcome back to the program. Glad to have you. Green and Gold postgame show. Hanging out tonight. Big win for the Green Bay Packers. 24-21. They knock off the Arizona Cardinals and get the win. Huge win. Look, the bottom line when it comes to talking about this game for the last week, I didn't think they would win. I picked them to lose. I picked them in a close game. I think I said 24-17. Ben, What was the score I picked today? Do you remember off the top of your head? Was it like 24-17 or 27?
Something around there.
Something like that. I just wanted them to keep it close. And I thought it would have been a win. So the fact that they not only kept it close, but they won the game, and they could have won the game by a much larger margin, it's a huge, huge victory for the Packers. Huge victory for the Packers. Tim says we can complain on one, but we had all of our top receivers out, and we still beat a 7-0 team. Correct. It's not complaining. Let me say this. It's not complaining. It's look at the positive and look at the negative. And the facts are the facts. That's it. The play calling inside, first and goal from the 3. When you've been running the ball consistently, the last 4 carries prior to that, getting into the red zone like that, through A.J. Dillon, he was 4 carries for 16 yards. And then they quit. They go into pass mode and shotgun and give up the run. Why would you do that? We've seen this time and again. And so, okay, let's just say you did that in the first series, and let's just say you're going to give them a pass on that one. You did the exact same dumb thing in the second half when it mattered the most. Right after Aaron Jones did not, for whatever stupid reason, got that thing reversed. He didn't do it, but the officiating did. And then you're in shotgun again, and you're passing the ball again. You just gave it up prior to that. So you can, and the clock management was poor. Burning timeouts continuously, taking delay of game penalties continuously. Good teams, championship teams don't do that. That's all I'm saying. And if you can't admit that just because they got the win, well, then down the road, you can't complain about it either if they lose a game because of it. And that'll happen because you can't keep making those same mistakes. That's all. The defense played solid. You can go through and give game balls to a lot of these guys. Devondre Campbell, huge game today. Dean Lowry, huge game today. Go right through all of the statistics. Can go right through it right here, right now. Rasul Douglas, 9 tackles and the big interception. He had 2 passes defended tonight. Devondre Campbell, 7 tackles, big sack tonight. 2 quarterback hits, also had 2 tackles for loss. Eric Stokes, not a great game by any stretch, but still had a couple of passes defended. Adrian Amos came up in support tonight. You don't even hear his name. He just very quietly goes about his business. 5 tackles tonight. Dean Lowry, 3 tackles, but had the big sack tonight for 10 yards, for a 10-yard loss, and kept the edge. Kept the edge so Kyler Murray was not going to get outside. It's one of those things you'll never see in the stats, but it's something that you notice if you watch the game and you watch Dean Lowry. He kept the contain. Did a really solid job. Kenny Clark only a couple of tackles, but pressure up the gut. And took a double team tonight. Numerous times. It's just a lot of good. Black gets the interception. Rasul Douglas and Black, 2 guys that you didn't even know who the hell they were at the start of the season, coming up making big plays tonight. So really, really good stuff. A lot of areas, good stuff. It's just that you got to point out the good and the bad. You can't just sit here and just kind of enjoy yourself all night and fool yourself into thinking that this was an unbelievably perfect win, because it wasn't. And think about it as in this aspect as well. They didn't play a great game, and they still. So now you ask yourself, when you get Bakhtiari back, when you move that line around and bring Elton Jenkins back inside, when you get Devontae, when you get Alan Lazard, you've got your full complements of wide receivers, including MVS comes back. Aaron Jones, plus A.J. Dillon. Now DeGuara's in the mix. You hope that Tanyan's knee injury isn't bad, but let's just say he comes back as well. Oh, my goodness. Think about how good this offense can be. And now you got a defense that's starting to gel, even though they're banged up. The sky's the limit. Just don't make mistakes that kill yourself. That's all you want, right? Good stuff. Good stuff. Merciless got into the mix today. He actually had a quarterback hurry as well, coming around the outside. Merciless played pretty well, but he was just, they didn't use him a lot. They didn't use him a lot tonight. I'm going to be interested tomorrow when I get the snap count to see how many snaps. He used him a lot, but when he was in there, he played pretty well. He didn't look lost. The one guy that you didn't hear about at all tonight was Smith. And I hate to say it, but if he's not going to progress between now and the time they play Kansas City, he may not end up with this team very long. They may cut him loose. 877-867-1670. 877-867-1670. Frank says if Smith comes back with Campbell, whew, that's going to be something on defense. I agree with you. But now think of it. You get Za'Darius, you have Preston. Rashawn Gary is coming on, right? If Za'Darius should come back, which I don't think he will. I think it's an outside chance with a back surgery like that. I just don't think he's going to be back, but one can hope and pray. When we come back, Mike Clemens is going to join us. We're going to talk a lot about this. We're going to hear from Inside the Room as well. So stay right where you're at. I know a lot of people up late tonight, and I appreciate every one of you being here. Even if you don't agree with me and you think I'm an ass, that's okay. We're all here together. We're all talking about it together. I wish we were all sitting in a bar together enjoying this one. Wish we were all sitting here enjoying this one. My email, by the way, thebillmichaels@gmail.com, thebillmichaels@gmail.com. There you go. Let's do this. We're going to step away. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. The Green and Gold postgame show, by the way, presented by our good friends at Bud Light. Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the Bill Michaels Sports Talk Network and the Green and Gold postgame show. Have it on. Have it on. Good stuff coming up right after this.
This is the Green and Gold postgame show on the Wisconsin Sports Zone Radio Network.
Bill Michaels will resume in 3 minutes. Bill Michaels will resume in 2 minutes. Bill Michaels will resume in 1 minute. Bill Michaels will resume in 30 seconds.
Big win for the Green Bay Packers, 24-21. They knock off the Arizona Cardinals. And as far as the Green and Gold postgame show goes, and just fandemonium, euphoria. Just complete and utter. I think some people are stunned because nobody expected the Packers really to win this one. Just hoping they put up a good fight. Not only did they put up a good fight, they got the win. It doesn't come without some of the blemishes, but a win is a win. You take it. Hopefully you learn from it and you move on. Our good buddy Mike Clemens, NFL XM Radio, and also our Packer reporter joining us on the line. And Michael, let's start with just the win. Just an incredible night for the Packers in general.
Resilient and gritty. And, I thought at the end of the first quarter, these guys can win this game because look how many mistakes the Packers were beating the Packers. Rashawn Gary with the face mask when he could have had a sack. The drop passes by Amari Rodgers and one other big drop that was out there from Equanimeous. And the other penalties like Malik Taylor pushing the guy in the back, when it had nothing to do with the return. A whiffed punt coverage, just time and time again. And this was just in the first quarter and early in the first half. But Rodgers settled down. He found a groove. They stuck with the running game. Aaron just said after the game, the running game certainly was the plan. They wanted to have time of possession and keep Kyler Murray off the field. And then here's your guy that comes off the street that you added a veteran when you start going down with Jair Alexander and Kevin King, Rasul Douglas, who had actually spent some time with the Cardinals, comes in. They like him in about a week and a half of practice. He got 55 snaps against the Bears when Isaac Yedem looked bad and had a pass interference early in that game after just 7 or 8 snaps. And now 2 or 3 games into the season, here this guy comes up with the play with that pass intended to the right-hand side for A.J. Green, which could have been, the go-ahead touchdown, and instead they get an interception. Here's Rasul Douglas.
We're in an all-out blitz. It's me, A.J. Green. I see Kyler Murray just looking at A.J. Green. About 15 seconds left or something like that. I know they well in field goal range, so right now it's like, let's try to see if we can get 7 and end it. So I'm like, I got to make a play. He threw it to my guy. Just made a play.
Can you describe your emotions when you caught that ball and all your teammates running to you celebrating?
That was probably the first time I won a game like that. So it was like a shocking feeling, like, oh snap, like we just won off that play, I was like kind of surprised. And then I just see Stokes and them running down, like, you just said you was gonna get a pig, and I was like, word, and it just came to life.
How surprised were you that he didn't turn around on the play?
Who, AJ Green? I don't know what the offense do, so I don't know. But
he never even looked at it.
Oh, he did? Yeah, I don't know. I just looked back, I seen the ball, and I just tried to make a play. I don't know what he was doing.
That's it. I don't know what he was doing, but, hey, I'll take it. What a night. And then the defense played, Mike. I thought I said before, it's not a great defense. It's a good defense, and they're getting better, but they played their hearts out tonight.
Yeah, and Rasul Douglas was asked, when he got that interception, he turned and looked up at the Cardinal fans as he was asked, what are you saying? He said, I just said goodbye. So you came into this game, no defensive coordinator Joe Barry, no Devontae, no Alan Lazard. As the game goes on, Kingsley Keke goes down with a evaluation for a concussion. Kylan Hill and that huge collision on the kickoff return when Jonathan Ward from the Cardinals had to be carted off on a stretcher with a neck injury. Kylan's got a knee injury, I believe, on that. Robert Tonyan got knocked in the back of the knee, kicked in the back of the left knee. He's down with a knee injury. Henry Black limped off the field, the backup safety. And so you ask Adrian Amos, how do you pull on through all that adversity?
It's great. We don't look at it as, at least I don't, as, a whole bunch of adversity. It's like, it's the NFL. Players hurt. Expected loss. Too many people will give us a lot of for why we lose. If we giving up, 35 points on defense, I don't think they're going to give us an excuse of who this or who not there. So we have to go out there. We got to execute. And that's our thing. We came here expecting to win. It wasn't like, man, maybe we hope that we win without Tay Hard or Ja. It's not that we hope. We coming out here expecting to win.
Mike, the one thing, and I hope somebody did it because I haven't heard the full content of Aaron Rodgers or Masters yet, but there's some blemishes on it. It's a huge win, and both Matt LaFleur and Aaron Rodgers should be commended. Came out with a terrific game plan, and between the 20s, they were spectacular. There are some blemishes when you talk about goal line stuff they do, and they got away from the run, and they're throwing the ball, and they're in shotgun when all you needed was inches. I don't understand it. I hope somebody has the balls to ask them that.
Well, Rodgers, had to figure it himself about how, the offense failed with, that Aaron Jones. I mean, it looked like a touchdown to me. He also talked about, someone didn't, Josiah DeGuara was confused, and he should have taken that linebacker that ended up blocking that pass. Otherwise, Rodgers says that could have been a third touchdown pass to Randall Cobb. But the bottom line is this. Right now, Rodgers is not finger-pointing. Despite as sloppy as that game was, listen to what he said about where this team is at right now, Bill.
And I enjoy the hell out of them. I really do. I adjusted my perspective last year and did some things off the field that put me in a good headspace. And I've just been really enjoying like this. A greater kindness to my teammates. Told them in the locker room after the game, just to savor these moments, because this is the kind of think about and talk about 20 years from now when you're not playing. The special locker room celebrations, the elation on the sideline after a big play that seals the game. There's nothing like this game. It's a special game that gives you so many lifelong memories and friendships, and I'm so thankful to stay in and still be playing at a high level in year 17. And year is so different too. You never know how the team's going to come together and the chemistry and dealing with injuries and all the adversity. But we have a good group of guys that there's a different feeling to the team than even the last couple of years. I'm not sure how it's going to finish up, but I like the energy that we have in the locker room.
I completely agree that he, deserves all the accolades, and I'm sure he does appreciate it. But Mike, these are things that we have seen time and again, and even going back to the Mike McCarthy era, where you grind it out, and all of a sudden you're in shotgun down at the end, down at the goal line. That's a head scratcher, and that to me almost game, not once but twice. Obviously, the very controversial call that Aaron Jones did not get in the end zone after being said it was a touchdown. I didn't get that either. But hey, it's a W on the board. We're going to break this one down for the next 10 days, getting it ready for Kansas City. Man, what a night for the Packers.
Yeah, I agree with you. Why isn't there a play for A.J. Dillon, at first and goal, and that is effective, or some sort of a counter where maybe, if the defense has got some huge guys on the defensive line, and maybe you have to double team them, or you can have up some sort of a counter where you can do that, opposed to Aaron Rodgers getting clobbered, running with the football in that one play. But whatever, you were able to fly out to Arizona on the 4-hour flight on a short week and take out the hottest team in the NFL tonight. Huge confidence builder. And, the thing is, you had a heck of a lot of starters not on the field tonight, and you got the W.
Yeah, I completely agree. Mike, good stuff. We'll talk tomorrow and break it down even further, okay?
Thanks, Bill.
Appreciate it, buddy. There you go. Mike Clemens joining us for a couple of minutes, and a big night tonight for the Packers. They get a win, and that ultimately, don't forget, is what matters. As Irv Favre would tell me time and again after I was doing the Green and Gold postgame show or the Packers postgame show on the network, he would say, Bill, it doesn't matter how ugly it is, whether you win 52-0 or whether you win 2-0. It's a win. A W, you move on, you find another day. The more W's you stack, the better your season's going to be, and ultimately you could find yourself in a Super Bowl. So that's what you hold on to. What you try to do now, if you're the Packers, you get back to the drawing board, you start looking at some of the things that went wrong, and you kind of go from there. And you know that you're going to get Devontae back. You know Lazard's coming back. Bakhtiari's coming back. You're going to be able to mix up that offensive line and really solidify it. You're still going to have your running backs in the backfield. Josiah DeGuara started to emerge today. You're still going to have MBS. He's going to be coming back as well. So your top 3 receivers and then Randall Cobb all going to be back. Hopefully you get here on the defense as well. You got 10 days to rest up, and you and I in the show and Mike Clemens and everybody else, we're all going to talk about this come again tomorrow. To everybody on the Bud Light live stream, we are brought to you by our friends at Bud Light. Thank you for being a part of the program, whether you love it, you hate it, whatever it happens to be. Maybe something tonight. Isn't this great? Short of all of us sitting in a drinking beers right now, isn't this freaking great? This is awesome. This is freaking awesome. This is what it's all about. We should be completely fired up doing handsprings tomorrow. I know one thing, tomorrow morning, I'm going to be all wound up at the gym. I'm going to be bleary-eyed coming in here to do the show tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, I don't know where I'm going, but it's going to involve a cigar, maybe with some bourbon in it, maybe some Bullet bourbon, good cider, put it all together. Hell yeah. If not, I'm doing some beer. Time for us to go.